All right, what's up, everybody? Sorry I'm late. Had a little bit of a crazy day today, but getting things up and we'll be ready to go. Hope everyone's day is good. Hope all is going well, and getting things underway very soon. There we go. That's good. Almost done setting things up. Just need another moment or two. Got a big, crazy episode this week in the NFL department and a bit baseball. College football, a few notes, but nothing overall too crazy this week. All right. Put it on Twitter. By the way, if you have Twitter and you're not following me on Twitter, link to my Twitter is in the description in the link tree. Handles at Benny at FlyTheW613. Go check me out. I'll have podcast updates generally when I go live with the podcast and general other random stuff, sports related. Okay. Almost ready to go. What's this? Oh. Oh, interesting. A little bit of early breaking news. Uh, Tyler Anderson, former left-hander of the Dodgers, is signing with the Angels a 3-year deal. Jock Peterson's taking qualifying offer from the Giants. Interesting. Okay. Almost ready to go here. Stupid YouTube ads. Okay. All right, let's begin. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to this week's episode of Benny in the Booth podcast. On this week's episode, we've got NFL Week 10 recap with Week 11 predictions. We've got college football Week 11 recap, and we've got MLB offseason plus Rookie of the Year winners to be announced, or that have been announced. I don't know why it just stopped on me all of a sudden. Whatever. And more coming right up. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to episode 54 of Benny in the Booth podcast. Thank you so much for your support to this point. I very much do appreciate it. Sorry I am late to this week's episode, a bit later. We're supposed to do batting cages with baseball club I'm in. That didn't end up happening. A bit of an interesting day, but I'm here. I'm here to do the podcast. Let's get straight into it. NFL Week 10, and what a week we had. Two big crazy headlines, some other games that had some headlines, and just a lot of interesting. Where to even start? Just to get out of the way with NFL Week 10, Browns got killed, and they're about to get killed next week. They got killed by Miami 39-17. Great start, terrible finish. I don't have any more words. Fire Joe Woods. Dumpster fire. Nothing more to say about that. Let's move on from that because I don't want to be talking about that anymore. Anyway, so the Bills-Vikings game. This was the best game this season completely, at least in my mind. Back and forth game, turnovers on both ends. And it was 28-17, 23 or 2017 or something like that. Minnesota came back, forced over. Well, here's the thing. Minnesota, it was 27-23. Minnesota was right at the red zone. Could not eke out one more yard and was shut down on fourth down, which you think once that game over, send everybody home. Bills have the win in the bag. The problem is it was not over because Josh Allen would then take the next snap and on a bad snap, fumble the ball right back to the Vikings into the end zone for a touchdown, which gave the Vikings a 30-27 lead. And then Buffalo, on the back of a bit of controversial catch, drove down the field to tie the game on a field goal and sent the game to overtime. And in overtime, Minnesota got a go-ahead field goal, and Josh Allen threw his another red zone interception to seal the deal as the Vikings come out victorious 33-30 in overtime against the Bills. Lions meet the Bears in a crazy game that's just crazy in so many ways. Justin Fields went off. Lions made comebacks. Lions won thanks to actually making an extra point, unlike the Bears, 31-30. Titans and Broncos had literally 9 straight drives between the two of them, where both teams just punted. before Denver finally got the first points on the board via a touchdown from Russell Wilson to, I forget who it was that caught it. In the 17-10 loss against the Titans came back to win that game. Packers-Cowboys, this game was whack. A lot very close in general, comebacks. This game went to overtime. Dallas could not convert on a fourth down. Definitely missed PI involved in what would have been in favor of Dallas and against Green Bay. And the Packers drove down to kick a game-winning field goal as the Packers defeat the Cowboys and Mike McCarthy's return to Lambeau Field 31-20 in overtime. Without Kyler Murray and with Cardinals without Kyler Murray and the Rams without Matthew Stafford, the Cardinals beat the Rams 27-17. Colt McCoy started for the Cardinals. Some random dude started for the Rams. Oh, Wolford, who sucked. McCoy was in. And then the last Monday Night Football last night, the Eagles are undefeated no more as the Commanders beat them on the back of 3 Eagles turnovers. Derek Forrest interception off Jalen Hurts. Tight end Dallas Goedert fumbling, recovered by Jamin Davis, and Watkins fumbling after catching a deep pass, recovered by Derek Forrest. Derek Forrest in 32-21 loss to the Commanders, which once you turn over the ball 3 times in one game, that's game over. You're not winning a game on the back of that. And so, yeah, that was the story. That's all the games from Week 10, or at least the key ones. My predictions this week, not so good, but not really so good at all. I went 6-8. My total predictions record is 90-59-1. Standings in the NFL update. AFC East, the Dolphins are in first place at 7-3, followed by the 6-3 Jets and 6-3 Bills, followed by the 5-4 Patriots. AFC North, Ravens in first place at 6-3, followed by the 5-4 Bengals, followed by the 3-6 Browns and Steelers. AFC South, Titans in first place at 6-3, followed by the 4-5-1 Colts, followed by the 3-7 Jaguars, followed by the 1-7-1 Texans. AFC West, Chiefs in first place at 7-2, followed by the 5-4 Chargers, followed by the 3-6 Broncos, followed by the 2-7 Raiders. NFC, that's for the AFC. For the NFC East, Eagles still in first place at 8-1, followed by the 7-2 Giants, followed by the 6-3 Cowboys, followed by the 5-5 Commanders. NFC North, Vikings in first place at 8-1, followed by the 4-6 Packers, followed by the 3-6 Lions, followed by the 3-7 Bears. NFC South, Buccaneers in first place at 5-5, followed by the 4-6 Falcons, followed by the 3-7 Panthers and Saints. And then NFC West, Seahawks at top at 6-4, followed by the 5-4 Niners, followed by the 4-6 Cardinals, followed by the 3-6 Rams. Oh, Tyler Anderson was 3 years, $39 million deal, by the way. As I was randomly shut up before, I just said 3 years, but now I know the money. So, Week 11 predictions. Thursday Night Football, Titans at Packers. I mean, the Packers got a win last week against Dallas, but honestly, I think it was a fluke. I've got Tennessee winning this game. Bears and Falcons, I have the Bears. Browns and Bills. Bills are going to murder this game. And last I checked, and honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if the line jumps up higher. Though it is apparently going to snow like 2 feet or 2 inches. There's going to be like a lot of snow apparently on the ground for the game, but the Bills are going to murder this game. Like, it's not even going to be close. And if you're someone that does like taking like the America's line kind of thing where the over-under or this team by this amount, I'd imagine just take the Bills on whatever it is. Right now it's 8.5. But I think it's going to go up before Sunday. I would take it in favor of the Bills. They're going to murder the Browns coming off losing in overtime to the Vikings. It's not going to be a good game. I'm even tempted not even to watch the game. That's how much and I'll even say this, and I was saying this to someone else recently. If the Bills lose this coming week to the Browns, they got to give themselves a reality check. because that would be like real bad. But either ways, Eagles at Colts, I have the Eagles. Jets at Patriots, I have the Patriots. Rams at Saints, I have the Rams. Lions at Giants, I have the Giants. Panthers at Ravens, I have the Ravens. Commanders at Texans, I have the Commanders. Raiders at Broncos, I have the Raiders. Cowboys at Vikings, I have the Vikings. Steelers hosting the Bengals, I have the Bengals. Sunday Night Football, Chiefs at Chargers, I have the Chiefs. And Monday Night Football, Niners at Cardinals, I have the 49ers. That is the Week 11 predictions, and that's the NFL part of this week's episode of the podcast. College football Week 11 recap. Number 4 TCU survived, beating Texas, number 18 Texas 17-10. Number 25 Washington beat number 6 Oregon 37-34. Purdue beat number 21 Illinois 31-24, shaking up the Big Ten West, which is in a crazy situation right now. There's one other game I think I forgot to put down on here. Hold on one second. And keep in mind the rankings come out tonight, and I'll put out a video later this week with what the college football playoff rankings are. Rankings will be coming out round 7 tonight. Pretty sure there's one other game I'm somehow forgetting. Oh, yeah, Arizona beat number 12 UCLA 34-28. One crazy thing I want to note before I go into Week 12 key matchups, and another part I do want to say, is the Big Ten West is in such a whack of a standings that you have to know about this. Like, this is crazy. So the Big Ten West, which this is now Ohio State's division, just to give context, Ohio State's division is Michigan, Ohio State, Penn State, Maryland, Michigan State, Rutgers, and Indiana. The other Big Ten division, Big Ten West, is Purdue, Illinois, Iowa, Minnesota, Wisconsin, Nebraska, and Northwestern. Literally, all the top 5 teams in the division, Purdue, Illinois, Iowa, and Minnesota. Sorry, top 4, actually. Yeah, 4. All have the same in-conference record, which is a factor into tiebreakers at 4-3. First and third place have the same record at 6-4. Second and fourth have the same record at 7-3, which is really going to be interesting coming down the stretch for future weeks as we start setting up conference championship games. Which there are some that have already been set thanks to some wins this week. And I'm going to go over that. First, there is some key games to be looking out for this week. Number 23, Illinois. As of right now, these rankings are, they'll most likely change tonight. 21 Illinois facing at number 3 Michigan, 12 p.m. on ABC. And number 13, Utah at number 6 Oregon, 10-3 on ESPN. That game's always had some interesting storylines, especially in past years. Last year especially, they faced each other twice. Utah won both. And the conference championship games that the matchups are firmly set for, which we still have 2 weeks, but I thought I'd at least note that these are set and these are the matchups for them. ACC championship game is going to be Clemson, North Carolina, 8 p.m. on ABC from the Panther Stadium, Bank of America Stadium in Charlottesville, North Carolina. And then SEC championship game is LSU against Georgia, 4 p.m. on CBS from Falcon Stadium. And TCU's clinched their spot in the Big 12, but their opponent is to be determined. That will be 12 p.m. on ABC from the Cowboy Stadium. I'll re-go over these matchups once we get closer to the date, but just thought I'd note them since these are firm as of right now. That is for college football. MLB news. So, Rookie of the Year was announced last night, and they did not mess it up. And really, either way, for NL, you could go one of 2 ways, and they didn't mess it up either way. They went with one of the 2 ways you had to go, which was either Harris or Strider. For AL, which everyone knew, went to Julio Rodriguez of the Mariners. It was pretty much a lock that he was going to be AL Rookie of the Year. And then NL and he was actually almost unanimous. Only one person did not vote for him. One person voted for Adley Rutschman, who was second place. Third place was Stephen Kwan. Fourth place was Bobby Witt Jr. And fifth was Hold on a second. Who was this? Fifth? Fifth was Jeremy Pena, actually. And then NL Rookie of the Year is Michael Harris, the third outfielder for the Braves. Very much well-deserving of it. Second place was Spencer Strider, who got some votes. Followed by Brendan Donovan, followed by Jake McCarthy, followed by Alexis Diaz, Edwin Diaz's twin brother. That is the AL Rookie of the Year. Tonight is Manager of the Year, Wednesday, so that will be a part of the rankings video. Depending on when I put out the rankings video, more could also, but Manager will for sure at least be. Cy Young is Wednesday night, and Thursday night is MVP. And so some offseason moves have happened so far in the MLB offseason since the last episode. I'm pretty sure last time I did note about Edwin Diaz signing a big contract. Yeah, I did. So outside of that, the Pirates traded G-Man Choi, the Rays traded G-Man Choi in exchange for minor league pitcher Jake Hartman. Random trade. Hopefully, we'll see how that happens there. Interesting that move for Pittsburgh. We'll see what happens with it. Robert Suarez, great relief pitcher who's key to Padres' run this year, re-signed with them for 5 years of $46 million contract. Good for him to get that big contract, and he definitely deserves it, especially with the story coming from KBO 2 years ago. Clayton Kershaw going to stay with the Dodgers another year. Still don't know the money yet. Nick Anderson is signing with the Braves on a 1 year non-guaranteed split contract. And I've never heard of this before until this contract was happened. And basically how it works is a certain amount of the money he gets in the majors and certain amount is from minors. He gets $875,000 while he's in the majors and $185,000 while he's in the minors. The split is probably because he's had a lot of injury trouble the last few years. So, makes sense. The Rockies signed Jose Urena on 1 year, $3.5 million. Reliever Rafael Montero re-signing with the Houston Astros a 3-year, $34.5 million contract, which is big for Houston because he was a big part of their run, especially in that combined no-hitter. Martin Perez shockingly accepting the qualifying offer from the Rangers for this coming season at $19.65 million. I feel like he could have gotten more, but it is what it is. And then the Tyler Anderson move that I just mentioned. And that's pretty much the key MLB offseason moves to this point, not including Diaz, which was before last week's episode. And that is this week's episode of the podcast. So let's wrap things up. Thank you so much for watching this week's episode of Benny and Maloof Podcast. On next week's episode, we'll have NFL Week 11 recap and with Week 12 predictions. We'll have college football Week 12 to talk about with Week 13 teams, which pretty much is almost any game because it's rivalry week. Next after the is rivalry week / last week's college football following this week's games. And more MLB offseason news and awards to go over. Thank you so much for watching. If you are new on YouTube and listening, if you are new on YouTube, subscribe down below, leave notification bell so you're notified when I go live and or post a video. If you are new on audio, follow the podcast, leave a review, and hit the notification bell so you're notified when I post on there. Thank you so much for watching and listening. I will see you tomorrow for a video on the rankings and MLB awards or some point this week before the weekend for college football games. Otherwise, I'll see you next week for a stream for next episode of podcast, episode 55. Bye.